it's very advisable to listen to mantras, to get used to listen to mantras or prayers, any religious confession. If you're in Kundalini Yoga, Sikh mantras, Gurmukhi mantras, very good. You can listen to any kinds of high quality, high energy, high intensity vibrations in your home. During day and during night, you can play mantras. It's very advisable to listen to mantras, to play mantras in your household, to intensify the energy in your household, to intensify the frequency of your space. And you can play the mantra loud, or you can play the mantra not so loud that you can barely hear the music, the frequency somewhere in the background, because it purifies the space, it purifies place of person. And sometimes it's very difficult to listen to mantras because they stir up so much impressions, unprocessed impressions in our psyche, so we cannot even concentrate on our daily activities because we have to deal and process our unconscious stuff. So some people cannot even listen to mantras or constantly play mantras because it stirs up so much in themselves, so they're not able to compose themselves into daily activities. They get so spacey, so dizzy, and so within their own, unconscious. So they just losing track of physical reality on what's going on, and they have hard time on concentrating on daily activities. So if you feel that your psyche is not ready yet for mantra playing day and night, even when you sleep, you can listen to mantras somewhere really low, low mantra playing you can have in your apartment, in your household. If you understand that you cannot function in physical reality by playing mantras, they just disrupt you, it just tells you something that maybe one day maybe you're not ready. I'm not saying that everybody should be ready to listen to mantras, but if we cannot function during some high frequency vibration, constant input in our life, it just tells us about our states of psyche, our states of consciousness, where we operate, and how much probably we have to release in ourselves and process in ourselves, transmute in ourselves, so we will be able to hold and operate nicely, with pleasure actually, with these intense vibrations in our household. For example, it just could be an indication that we are where we are, an indication on our position in here and now, with all our past experiences and impressions, where we are. If you like some chants of Christianity, Catholic chants, Orthodox chants, or you like mantras, try to play them at your household. See how your space is going to change. Your frequency is going to change as well. It's going to be altered. But sometimes our psyche simply is not ready to function in this three-dimensional world, and being constantly aware, in presence of some intense quality energies. Because all the religious chants, they all have different frequency that our soul, pop, rock music, these frequencies are completely different. The intensity of religious chants, bhajans, kirtans, prayers, mantras, is completely different from our regular, so to say, music, what we listen in the car, whatever. Scientists say that when we listen to some quality classical music, some harmonious folk music, the music of such harmonizes our soul, harmonizes our psyche very much. It's very healing for our nervous system. And the same thing we can say about mantras and religious chants, because they do heal. Gong, sound of the gong as well, just changes us, transmutes negativity to positivity, opens up something in us which was hidden, which we were reluctant from fears and blockages to address. Something in our psyche, some parts of our damaged psyche being opened up by our listening to gong, playing gong at home, you know. So just try, see what happens. Maybe this type of therapy, sound therapy so to say, is for you. Maybe, who knows, right? Let's experiment. And I can tell you only one thing, that only with heavy release, powerful release of mind processed impressions, psychological, emotional, I was able to function daily with presence of mantras and chants constantly playing in the background. For many years I was not able to do that. I needed silence. I didn't need per se a disruption, any kind of energies like watching TV, energies of TV, you know, energies of pop music or whatever. I never was addicted or never was interested of this type of disruption of outside world in my household. The most comfort I was getting from pure silence. Because when we do some activities at home, when we are in our household, we process stuff. We constantly process stuff. When we do our hobbies, when we are involved in our hobbies, when we clean home, when we wash dishes, when we do some homework, whatever, we constantly process stuff. Unconsciously, subconsciously, whatever, right? So I needed silence, because any kinds of energy input from outside world, listening to mantras or music or TV watching, for me was too much, you know. At home I just wanted to be by myself without any kinds of frequencies of other sources, okay? Enough, you know, sounds from the street, enough. For me was just enough. Sounds of my, you know, household activities, sounds of the outside world from the window, and energies from the partner I was living with. So for me it was just too much. So it was hard for me to bring mantras in my daily life. It was simply too much for me. With much practice, with much probably release of unconscious weight, unprocessed, you know, emotions or impressions, I cleared up so much space in my psyche. So now it's a natural desire to bring to your household, bring to my household, energies of higher dimensions, high intensity, much more intense energies. And lighting candles is one of the ways to intensify energies in your household. Fire, right? Lighting candles, listening to mantras. So now I have enough space to bring to my activity mantras, my daily activity, mantras and chants. And in fact, they do heal me, because I can function better on, in the flow of higher vibrations, in connection with higher vibration. They do not disrupt me. They actually make me more focused, clear, they make me make more quality choices in my moment-to-moment life. Listening to chants in the car and at home, and listening to mantras. So maybe this type of sound therapy is for you. Who knows? You can experiment with that. But everybody has their own comfort zone. Everybody have their own experience of how they move their psyche to more quality worlds of perception, right?